My name is Mackenzie Tuba, and I will be discussing theater in prisons. Throughout this presentation, I will argue that based on my research, it is very beneficial to have theater in prisons. Why is theater beneficial to have in prisons? Having theater in prisons helps the inmates learn more about themselves, have a place to feel comfortable, have hope for their future, and be encouraged to behave better. Edison Saudre, an inmate, said that when they are on stage, they forget that they are in prison. They feel free. This is important because you do not want the inmates to feel like they are captive, because that is not what they are for. Prisons are supposed to be for reform, and creating these opportunities helps the inmates to feel like they are still human. Also, taking on the personas of these characters helps inmates. How? Because they are able to identify the negative characteristics in the characters that they do not like, and sometimes they realize that they have them within themselves, which causes the change in them because they do not want to portray the character that they are showing on stage. This also helps them feel more comfortable because it humanizes them. They are no longer prisoners, they are human once again, like they were in the outside world. This also has them have hope for their future, because though they are in prison, they are finally feeling human again, as I stated previously, and if they feel human, they feel that they can better integrate back into society upon release from jail. They are being encouraged to behave better. Inmates who do not behave well or are a risk to the security are not allowed to take place in these theater programs. Therefore, they are encouraged to behave better, which creates a more mutual respect between guards and inmates. And when guards are not completely stressed about getting hurt on the job, they will also react better, which causes them to treat the inmates better, which creates an even better quality of life for everyone in the prison overall. So who does having theater in prisons benefit? It benefits everyone. As I stated previously, being a part of theater programs helps the prisoners to feel more human again, which causes them to be in a better mood and feel more like living and getting back out into the real world. Not only does this help the prisoners themselves, but it helps the other prisoners because they are less hostile towards each other, so they are able to create better relationships and have better discussions. And as I stated previously on the other slides, this also benefits the guards because they are feeling less tense and hostile because they are not worried about getting hurt as much. Overall, this will benefit society as a whole because if prisoners are learning to become human and feel human again, instead of being isolated and treated as animals or just prisoners in general in the system, they are going to better integrate back into society and be more likely to become functioning members of society again once they are released from prison. There is another side that disagrees with this, though. Some people think that it is a time, money, and effort waste. They do not think that prisoners should get a start to the new life. They feel that the prisoners are their crimes and that you cannot change the kind of people that prisoners are no matter what the circumstances. But this is just simply not true. Prisoners are human. We all just come from different walks of life and things happen. Obviously, some crimes are more severe than others, and theater is not going to reform everyone, but giving them the opportunity to reform and get integrated back into society will create new opportunities for everyone overall. They also say that it does not benefit prisons the same way prisons benefit theater. They think that giving theater the show in prisons is helping theater more than it is helping the prison. They think that it is going to cause inmates to want to watch theater more when they get out, but that it is not actually doing anything beneficial for the prison. But as I stated on the previous slide, that is just simply not true because the prisons are less hostile when the inmates feel that they are human and they are not just animals or toys to be used. They feel that they are there to get better and learn how to become citizens again. I will reiterate what I have stated before. Having theater in prisons is very beneficial for everyone. Not only does it help the prisoners to feel more human, it helps them believe that they have hope for the future, which causes them to want to do better and want to get released back into the new world so that they can integrate back into society. This means that the prisoners are not going to be as hostile with the guards, and this means that the guards are not going to be as tense, so there is less likely that the guards are going to lash out in a circumstance where they most likely would not if they were not tense to begin with. This also means that there are going to be less fights in prisons because the prisoners are not going to be hostile with each other as well, and this also creates an easier job for the guards as they are going forward, and it also means that more people will be able to get out of jail earlier, probably on good behavior or things of that circumstance. It is also showing that a lot of prisoners, once they get out, want to come back and help work these theater programs. These sources agree with the points that I have made throughout my presentation. Thank you.